85% van die personeel is jonger as 35 jaar. Gemeenskap voorspel groot uitslae en goeie uitslae by hierdie skool en die gemeenskap te sien. Hier is soos die van opsigte van die bou van infrastruktuur gemaak was en later uitgevoer was deur die administrasie. Reg oor die provinsie, in alle distrikte staan die bewyse van skole, klinieke, hospitale, kantoorpersele en vele ander wat die ANC regering se vaste verbintenis tot kwaliteit publieke infrastruktuur en sosiale investering benadruk. Honorable Speaker and members of this House, there can therefore not be any confusion as to the logistical capacity that this administration actually possesses. Achtbare Speaker, die 6de administrasie verstaan maar al te goed dat die bereiking van ons doelwitte en ons uiteindelike visie kan nie behaal word sonder die inkoop van ons gemeenskappe nie. Met die opstel van hierdie begroting was die bydraes van die publiek sowel as gemeenskapsstrukture ingesluit nadat 'n openbare proses in hierdie verband ontvou het. Laat my dan dus toe om namens die provinsiale regering dankie te sê vir alle insette sowel as voorstelle wat bygedra het tot hierdie allesomvattende begroting wat vandag hier voorgelê word. Ms. Andrietta Jacobs from Keimus in ZFM district raised critical points relating to the slow progress of land reform along the banks of the lower Orange River and how the land should benefit previously disadvantaged people in that part of the province. She says that funds should be allocated for the capacitation and the development of small-scale farmers, not only in that area, but all across the province. Mr. Freddie Monchu, a member of the Northern Cape Youth Business Council, impressed on the government to ensure that government spending should be focused on targeted groupings that are hard hit by the unemployment and poverty levels, especially women and youth. In addition, he implored on government to monitor the implementation of the phased-in approach of insourcing of security and cleaning services. Mr. Richard McKay from Douglas here in Pixley Kasemi expressed the complaints from those who work with or represent small businesses, especially those based in townships as well as in villages. He went actually further by indicating the difficulties, including the absence of large enough markets, inadequate transport networks, limited access to services and information, failing municipalities, inadequate schooling or training and regulations that impose costs on small firms that they cannot afford. And he is suggesting that funds for this should be set aside. And the last one that I want to also record and mention is that Mr. Enrico Klute from Nodonsis impressed upon localization, and he argues that it will open revenue streams for municipalities because they will then also be able to contribute as business people, especially young people. He also mentioned the need to prioritize funding to enable entrepreneurship, youth development, as well as the absorption of returns, as well as engagement of the mining sector towards youth empowerment to increase job opportunities. Achtbare Speaker, ons kan vandag met trots sê, die gemelde sake, saam met al die ander, ontvang vanaf die gemeenskap, vorm 'n sentrale deel van die regering se ontwikkelingsplanne ten einde werkloosheid, armoede en ongelykheid aan te kan spreek. Allow me also to reflect on some of the pronouncements made by the Honorable Premier in the State of the Province address, despite a constrained fiscal environment that we are facing, not only in the Northern Cape, but throughout the country. The establishment of the state-owned construction company that will be located under the Northern Cape Economic Development Agency, NEDA, encountered some impediments causing a delay in progress. We can now confirm that most of the encountered bottlenecks and challenges have been resolved and implementation will be fast-tracked with the speed it deserves. Honorable Speaker, with regard to the insourcing of security personnel, we have finalized the implementation plan and the process is already underway, subject to PMOC processes that is unfolding. The first entails the creation of a corporate structure in the Department of Transport, Safety and Liaison to facilitate the transition. This will include moving all security personnel already in the employ of government over to the Department of Transport, Safety and Liaison. That is what the Premier said. You must all listen. As part of this transition, all security contracts have been extended for a period of between 18 to 24 months, whilst we position and capacitate the Department of Transport, Safety and Liaison to assume the said function. It is therefore envisioned that the staff in the phased-in approach, Department of Social Development, aimed at the non-governmental organizations and other provincial priorities that will provide details for in the latter part of the speech. It must be noted that these priorities have been funded through budget overruns at the national level and in a deficit-neutral environment to ensure long-term fiscal and intergenerational equity. The fiscal environment, Speaker, forces us to vigorously deal with mismanagement and inefficiencies to allow the system to direct our scarce resources in areas of greatest need to maximize impact. For example, protect non-negotiables like medicines, blood services, learner transport, and other core programs driving our cost in the province. The current fiscal environment demands of us to adopt a servant leadership approach by being more human in our daily working lives and in our interactions while maximizing the impact of our delivery mechanisms. It is important, Honorable Speaker and members of this House, to mention that the world economy is still grappling with the effects of COVID-19 pandemic. The effects of COVID-19 pandemic is still with us. We are not even yet through. We heard that we must still observe the protocols as it relates to COVID-19. In his speech in Parliament, the Minister of Finance indicated that the South African economy is estimated to have grown by